Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you once again for joining me. Hello to my latest subscribers. Let's get started. Today I'm using a 12 by 24 gallery canvas. It's repurposed. I had a prior painting on it that I did not care for, so I sanded the canvas down and then just put on some Avier light ivy green with some hints of yellow, sunshine yellow in there. I don't think it will come through, but I wanted to use it for this particular color palette. So let me introduce you to the colors I'll be using this morning. I'm hoping it works out. I'm using the NIC Pro, once again, metallic Ready Pours. Love using the Ready Pours by NIC Pro. This one is a metallic violet, also by NIC Pro Ready Pour metallic magenta, very, very rich colors, and a metallic lemon Ready Pour, once again by NIC Pro. I'm also going to, more than likely, my intention is to swipe this particular piece, but we'll see how it goes once I do the pours down. And for that, I would be using a satin enamel, which is this beautiful, beautiful, rich emerald green that I have combined with Flutrol, some GAC 800, and a little bit of Liquitex and some silicone oil, because I've decided, or I'm trying to, I don't know if anyone has done this before, but if not, then I'll be the first. I wanted to use it as my cell activator. So we'll see if the satin enamel works out as the cell activator. I'll also be using the DecoArt Satin Enamel White, and that will be the cloud pour, or for the cloud mixture. And so the DecoArt Satin Enamel in white was mixed with Flutrol, Liquitex, and GAC 800. And I'm hoping that the cloud pour works out here. I didn't add any water to it. I did go heavy-handed on the Flutrol. So what I've done is, and I know there's a lot of cloud pour in here, I'm hoping that it won't overtake everything, but I think if I do swipe it, some of those other colors will actually come through. So we're going to work through it together. So I layered 2 cups actually. I've done a cloud pour, then I did that metallic purple cloud pour once again, hit it with magenta, cloud pour, and yellow, and I did that in layers. And then at the top, I just drizzled a little bit of the cloud pour and drizzled a little bit of that metallic yellow on top of that. So I thought I would try to do 2 ring pours and see how those work out. So let's get busy. awful lot of clouds here, a lot of white, but I'm hoping it works out. Just tilting it a little bit to see what else might happen here. There isn't as much yellow, or at least the yellow is kind of more than likely at the bottom of this. There are some hints of it peering through. So let's see. I think I want to spin and see what happens before we move on to swiping. I don't want to go too quickly. Trying to kind of gauge and keep an eye on where this is going. Very, very similar. So there's a uniformity here in this composition. Love the fingerlings, and the cloud effects are really pretty different, and yet in some areas very much alike. Great cloud formations here, capturing that magenta. Real pretty. So let me spin some more. I'm going to go slowly. As I said, I do not want to lose too much of it. Wow, that actually turned out a lot better than I thought. Almost in reverse. Now that I have the swiping ready to go, I'm not really sure if I want to swipe this. I don't want to spin it some more and see what happens. Let's see if I can have some of that actually run off a little bit. Let's see if there's a little hint of paint here that maybe I can use as my flow extender. There is an awful lot of white on here already, but I'm hoping this will just tilt off, come off the edges, so it'll be okay. Try not to waste as much paint or more paint than I need to here. A lot of paint. Let's touch up my sides. I suppose I could have left it and not tilted as much and left some of the green through, but um, I'm actually liking it. I hadn't expected this to turn out as it did. Quite interesting. Let me spin some more. I want to tilt a little bit, see if I can get some excess off. There's not that much paint on here, but since the canvas has been painted already, it's not going to absorb much, so I don't want it to pucker and crackle on me. So I'm just trying to shake some of this excess off. It may take a little bit more time, and that's okay. So you can see what's going on. I will torch out some of those bubbles. I'm going to spin it some more. Let's touch up some more of this. Use some of this excess paint. As I spin, that paint will continue to make its way up and out or over and out. I don't know. Overall, I think it's working out pretty well. Let me know what you think. Love those comments. Always welcome. I hope you're doing well. Enjoying this weather. Spring is just so beautiful. I love it's one of my favorite seasons. Actually, there's only 4, obviously, but I do love the spring, that rebirth, the flowering of plants and trees, and just an awakening, as it were. And I also love the fall. I'm going to torch out some of those bubbles now. Definitely more cloud formations happening, and some of that paint is breaking away so that yellow is actually making its way to the surface. More pronounced here than here, but I think it will continue to make its presence known as this continues to dry. Again, I hadn't expected to do this. I actually had planned to do that swipe with the green, kind of giving an earthy feel with those colors popping through. But as I'm seeing this come together, beautiful fingerlings and the clouds and the magenta playing with that purple, the violet, and then the cloud formations. I mean, in some areas, there are hints of a green almost, I suppose, with that yellow that does mix with the purple in some areas, and that white, and it's giving me some hints of green here. So it's really pretty. Is there a lot of white? Yes, but it's working for me. I just love what it's doing. The cloud effects here are just so pretty. I do want to spin it some more. Take you in for a close up. Those cloud formations surrounding. There seems to be some sort of creature peering out at us right there. It was from the pour. I did not lift the cup up in time, so it dripped a little bit. But it's actually quite intriguing right there. I don't know what he's doing, but I like it. Almost like tree branches in the winter, surrounded by a snow or a snow blizzard. And the wind. Is there a lot of white? Once again, yes, and some people do not like the white, but I think it works here because it's not a stark, screaming at you white. It has those striations that are capturing the colors. And simple palette, only 3 colors, not including the white, but I think it works out really, really well. Let me know what you think. I so appreciate your support. Thank you so much for joining me. Be good to one another and yourselves.